Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Odds Now for a huge betting preview for the big boxing fight this weekend. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk in Saudi Arabia, the first undisputed heavyweight title fight in over 2 decades. You can see I'm joined on screen today by Aki and Max to preview the big fight. I'll come to you first of all. Max, how you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Thanks. Yourself?
All good, yeah, Aki? You good?
Good, thanks, mate. Loving the Barnet.
Yeah, I'm not. You're the only one, I think. Looks like I've been dragged for about...
StreamYard.
No, you look like the sort of person that my mum would grab the cheeks and go, "Oh, he's so cute."
Yeah, that does not make me feel any better.
Violated you.
We'll get stuck straight into it. I think the boxing world split about how this one is going to go. I think that's reflected in the odds as well, both coming in and around even money on the money line. There's a lot of history between the pair. They've obviously never fought before. This fight was meant to take place a couple of months ago. A lot of emotion boiling around the fight. Aki, I'll come to you first of all. What's your gut feeling when you think about this fight and picture how things are going to play out this weekend?
My gut feeling is that the extra few weeks since the cut have been vital. I feel like they will have benefited Tyson psychologically and also physically. I know he's not been able to spar as much, but I believe in terms of just his mobility, which was always going to be needed against Usyk, that gives him extra time to get a little bit more weight off, to work on his footwork. And also, it probably frustrated Usyk quite a lot, that layoff, because Usyk is a consummate professional who probably peaked perfectly. He's had to reset his entire camp. And of course, he is a fantastic professional. He would have done it well. But I think that has tipped the balance in favour of Tyson Fury.
Yeah, you mentioned they to get the weight off. There's a lot of talk about his conditioning for the fight against Ngannou in October, I think it was, of last year. Loads of talk about is he past his best? How far along down the mountain is he? What's your gut feeling again in terms of what he has got left and whether this fight perhaps has come too late for him? How do you feel about
that? I don't think it's come too late for him. I think with the Ngannou fight was an absolute anomaly. I really feel it was poor. We all saw what we saw. But I really think he just felt he needed to turn up and win. Just turn up and win. And Ngannou presented a few tactical problems. And as you know, styles do make fights. But this particular fight, Tyson, some of the stuff I'm hearing, guys, from preparation-wise, I'm backing Tyson Fury all the way. I think he's got plenty left in the tank. And if he didn't, he will have trained hard for this fight, so hard. There's so much at stake that I believe he can wind the clock back, if not just for these fights.
Just for anyone who don't know who Aki is the lead presenter in our sister channel, Boxing Now, who is really good friends with the whole Tyson Fury team. And Ricky Gorman, who we're close to, has been in there sparring with Tyson. So this is all coming from a good source. He is firing on all cylinders, apparently, Aki, ain't he?
Firing on all cylinders. And he's... I mean, this fight... I mean, I'm talking about the last time as well, you know. Talking about the last time before the fight was cancelled, he was sparring multiple sparring partners, one in, one out, and towards the end of the camp, he was looking really sharp. I know there was a lot of rumours that came out about the camp about a poor spar with Jay Patai and stuff like that. Wasn't true. This time round, the movement is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing his movement is like a middleweight, like it used to be. Okay.
Oh, really? Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing, and I'm also just from looking at the videos and looking at his posture. I think he's looking forward. I think he's in this fight. He's going to come forward more because every time you see him, and he could be playing mind games with everybody, but every time you see him, he's boxing like this, which isn't what he normally does. So it tells me he's getting ready to go forward, and he can still dance on the back foot. So I think he's covering all bases on this fight.
So. What do you think? Do you think he's going to mix it up, or do you think he's going to come in with a set game plan?
I think he will look to box him at first.
Yeah.
See how easy it is. If it's not very easy and Usyk's providing angles and he's finding it hard to land the jab and get a rhythm, then he'll come forward like he did against Cunningham.
Yeah. Who do you think has the harder task in this fight?
Usyk. I mean, Usyk's phenomenal, but at the end of the day, he's 6'3" now.
Yeah,
I've just been away doing a gig with Ronald McIntosh. Right now, he is the same height as Tyson Fury, and one of the other guys was the same height as Usyk. So we was having a laugh and just putting them next to each other, just looking at just on a very basic, rudimentary height and potential range difference. But bear in mind, Tyson Fury's got the biggest natural range physically in boxing, yeah, in terms of his wingspan. And it's a massive difference, guys. It's obviously Usyk's class, and if anyone's going to get past the jab, it's going to be Usyk. But physically, he's got a mountain to climb, I think. I really do. And then if he lands, Tyson's already proved he can get up off Wilder.
Yeah.
If he lands, I'm not convinced he can land with enough to put Tyson away. So what does he do? What does he do down the stretch if Tyson starts applying the pressure?
Yeah, solid point. I heard George Grove say that he thinks Tyson Fury's got a harder task because he's got to pick his feet up and match the pace of Usyk, which did make me think a little bit. But
George Groves knows more than us because he is obviously an ex-world champion.
He was the only one with that opposing argument. Everyone else said the same as you on that table. It's a really good fight. I think obviously it's pretty obvious Fury's going to come out and try to bang the body. I'd be surprised if he don't go down to the body after the stories we hear and the Daniel Dubois punch, which I do think Usyk would have made the count on that punch, but we'll never know. It definitely took something out of him. If Tyson does have success to the body and slows Usyk's feet, do you think that he'll stop him late?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Usyk's tough, of course he is, but it has been a couple of times unsettled by bodywork. Now, anyone who's done their proper research will have watched the Bradis fight, and in the Bradis fight, Bradis definitely hurt Usyk to the body. Okay, in the Dubois fight, we saw a borderline shot which definitely got to him, and we've also know that Tyson is a good body puncher. Yeah. So I did an interview with Steve Egan, who is his amateur coach, and Steve Egan is 5'7". So for a 6'9" fighter to land a body shot on a 5'7" coach, he has to bend at the knees a lot. So in terms of positioning for a body shot, his natural training as a youngster has enabled him to become a body shot specialist. So when you put those two things together, I think you have a recipe for a body shot stoppage.
Yeah, it's exciting. Brad, what's your thoughts?
But I'm just looking there. You'd mentioned about the stoppage. Fury winning KO or by technical knockout is coming in at 7-2 best. I think the odds are very well spread for this one. I think we were talking off camera, weren't we, as well? I said I've been going back and forth in my mind about it, but especially after listening to you two there as well, you can't ignore the size like you've touched on there, Aki, as well. And I know people will say Usyk, he's fought at heavyweight now, he's beat the likes of Anthony Joshua, but in that first fight, AJ didn't use his size at all. He might as well have been 5'11". There was no snap in his jab. He wasn't looking to lean on him in the clinch. He was looking to release first, if anything. And we saw the success that Usyk had there. Tyson Fury, I don't think will make that mistake. If you look up, particularly that second fight with Wilder and the third fight to an extent, he drained Wilder's tank in the clinch where he was just ragdolling him. He was leaning down on him. You could see the energy sap from Wilder's legs. And I think Wilder is he's different build, but he's a similar height to Usyk, I think, as well. You can't ignore Tyson's body of work at heavyweight. I know people are going to be looking at Ngannou fight, but like you said, Aki, it was an anomaly. I think he got caught cold by a shot. I still think he won the fight, by the way. I think people talk about that Ngannou fight like Tyson lost it. I think Ngannou was the moral victor, but I think Tyson certainly did enough to win the fight, to bank enough rounds, even though Ngannou had the big moments. And like you said, I think Tyson historically has always performed at his best coming off a poor performance. I think he's one of them that fights down to his opponent's level. We've seen that his best performances in his career have been against the better opponents, and the likes of Klitschko and Wilder. And I think he will have seen what people have been saying about him the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And he'll want to prove a point. And I think he'll want to reaffirm himself as the number one heavyweight in this generation. Obviously, if he wins this weekend, he'll go a big step towards doing that. So, yeah, I think you can ignore what Tyson's done. He is the natural heavyweight. Usyk's incredible. What he's done so far in his career is phenomenal. But, you know, they always say a good big one beats a good little one. And I think that's how it will play out this weekend.
I can't believe it's even money a piece. Like when this fight was first spoke about before Fury fought Ngannou, they had potential fight lines, and I think Fury was like minus 180, which is like you got to lay £18 to win 10. So he was a big favourite, and obviously the Ngannou fight has brought them odds up to even money. I do think we'll see Tyson Fury close the week at a decent favourite. I think once people see him at the weigh-ins, see him at the press conference, you're going to see the size difference. I think a lot of money is going to come on Tyson Fury, and I think you'll see that price push down load. But it's great. It was the underdog at the beginning of this week. It's come back down to exactly even now. It's a great fight. I think I'm personally going to steer clear of any stoppage or points bets. I'm just going to take Tyson Fury on the money line to see. Just because I don't think you need the action anywhere else. I think you're getting a good enough price on the money line. It's not worth the risk, and obviously Usyk's a class operator. Stopping him is going to be hard, and at the same time, he could stop him. So I feel like that's a stab at the dark. Aki, where would you put your money if you was going to bet?
Fury stoppage.
Fury stoppage.
I don't know about all this betting stuff. I don't. You guys are the expert on that. I don't know about that sort of stuff. But what I do think is, if Tyson is losing going into the second half of the fight, which could happen, then he is going to. If he needs a stoppage to win, he'll get a stoppage, because he always finds a way. Like he found it with Cunningham. I know Usyk's better than Cunningham, but we have to factor in with the Joshua fight. Joshua is a very good boxer, but he doesn't go second phase. We didn't in those fights. He did not go second phase. He did a little bit in the round. I think it was 9 or 10 in the second fight, and he had a big round.
Yeah,
he had a massive round. So now put someone like Tyson Fury in there, who's better,
and fundamentally.
And he's also what Tyson Fury is. He's a dog. Now AJ used to be a dog, like when you see it in the Dillian White fight.
Yeah,
he used to be a dog, but he's more of a technical, upright, safety first boxer puncher.
Usyk's game.
Yeah, and which is fine because Joshua is still an elite heavyweight, but Tyson is more versatile, way more versatile. And if he's losing after 6, he'll make an adjustment. Whereas Joshua knew he was losing after 6, but he couldn't make an adjustment.
Yeah, it's a great fight.
So I would be looking at Fury stoppage between. Well, my actual prediction, and it's been like this the whole way through, is Tyson Fury to win in the 12th round.
In 12th round, really? He's rounds 9, 10, 11, or 12. He's 9-1.
Well, that's where I'd be going, because for me, I mean, like I say, I don't understand all this betting stuff, but for me, I'd be looking at a good long odds just to to maximise it. And to be honest, I just had a funny feeling about round 12 for weeks and weeks. I don't know why, because he might be losing, you see. And if he is told you need a stoppage, I believe he gets it.
Yeah. Where are you going, Brad?
I'll just go Tyson outright, like you said, Max, as well. I think I can see him stopping him, especially with the body. I think AJ hurt him to the body as well, didn't he? And I think that round that you were talking about, I think that was a body shot that caught Usyk. I think off the top of my head, I've not watched that fight back in a while. But yeah, I would go Fury outright, like I said. I think not just the size, because he's a better fighter than just reducing him to his size. Of course, he's based on what we've seen. But I think when you combine that with his body of work at heavyweight, I think that's the sensible pick. And how about you, Max? Where are you going?
I'm going to go J.R. Opataya, Joe Cordina, Tyson Fury, treble. It's 2.15. No, 2.5, sorry. So 100 wins you £150. So that's where I'm going to go. I don't see either of them losing, and gives you a little bit more juice on Tyson Fury.
Yeah. It's a good card. It's a great card. I was looking down the card before we did this. So,
pretty good. Frank Sanchez fight's a good one. Yeah, good fight.
Yeah, they're both coming off big wins. I think that's the great thing about the Saudi cards now. You're not just looking at the main event, are you? You're looking down all the way down the card. Even Moses the Town, where I think he'd be right at the bottom of the card, but I think everyone enjoys watching him in his development. There's plenty of action to get your teeth stuck into. Do you want to finish off anything there, Max?
Another quick prediction. Let's have a bet on it. Does John Fury headbutt someone else this week, or physically put his hands on someone? We've got X amount of days left. He's already headbutted someone. What else is going to happen?
I'd be surprised if he doesn't do it between now and the end of the day. So
He'll knock them all. He'll knock them all. So
Himself counts as well. If he hits himself in anger, that counts.
yeah, my bet is that he knocks everyone and then knocks a wall, and it's a double DQ or double knockout at the end.
yeah, chaos. Absolutely.
He gets kicked out of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. I think that's it then. We've given our predictions there. We'll conclude the preview there, short and sweet. Like I said, massive fight this weekend. Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. Let us know your predictions down below in the comments. And we'll see how it all pays out. Like I said, Max, we did well last week with Canelo. We got that one right. Hopefully we've gone big on this one. We'll see you all next time.